boss. It's time.
Hello guys, my name is Kelly and welcome to the Manager's Office, your all-in-one platform for all managerial games, sports-based of course. And today we start off with We Are Football 2024, a football management game to launch the epic launch of this channel. I mean, this one has to be big. If we want to go big, we have to be big. So We Are Football 2024 is like a baby of a football manager and FIFA Manager, the FIFA Manager franchise. I don't know whether you remember it. It was a really cool franchise, and in fact, I plan on dropping one in this channel. We plan to do this football. We are football 2024 at a point. Pick up on FIFA Manager. With maybe the database of this season, there's a lot of modding out there in the community, but this is what we begin with. So this is the start. This is the very beginning of this channel, and I want to hope that you guys will continue with me. And if you are interested in more of such videos, if you know you are a management geek, stick to this channel, because we will be doing management games of a lot of games, of a lot of sports matches included, even those ones that I have never heard about. You find a managerial game about cricket, just tell me that there is a cricket manager game known as this and this in the comment section. I'll look for it and we will introduce it into the channel, because that is what this channel is going to do. And alongside that, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let us aim for a couple of subscribers with this first video so that we can grow as a unit. So after all that much chit chatting, let us get into the game. In front of us is just the screen, everything. We are just doing the analysis. You start a game, you can start a new game, you can load a game, you can continue with the previous save game. And this feature is quite incredible: simulate single match multiple times, and I will be looking at that feature at the end of the video. The simulate single match multiple times feature, I'll be looking at it at the end of the video. And we also have the editor, we have all of these others, very interesting things, just blah 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 about the game. Let us get into the game and see what it has to offer, right? Yeah, so we are going to start a new game, just dive into the game in itself, see all the features that it has, go through a couple, the ones that are majorly important, and yeah, see what we can do. And when you will be interested for us to start a new series with it, you will please tell me in the comment section. Okay, the first screen, the first thing we see here, we see that we have two categories of football. We have men's football and we have women's football. You can select whether to train your men or women's in your team in your career. So below here you see there are two databases. The default database, we have football 2024 basic database. That is the database that the game comes with, where you have generic teams, generic kits, generic player names, players that don't even exist, all generated by AI. And then you have your database, my own database that I installed. If you wish to see how to install your own database, please hit me up in the comment section and I will create a separate video for it, only on demand. So if you guys wish to know how to install your own database that has real names, real kits, real logos of everything, just hit me in the comment section and ask me to create a video of the same. So you can select my own database in men's football and also in women's football, just the real life players, kits and everything. So we are going to select our own database in men's football, and that is what we are going to start from. So the first thing you see, you can select simulated countries, and here you have to be really careful. You don't want to overload everything, because as you can see, the response on the other side is a really sad face. The occupancy is too high. You can see the recommended leagues and try to keep it close to or just within the range of the recommended leagues. I've tried to play it with a lot of countries in it, a lot of leagues, and I realized that first the loading time takes long, and then the game just reaches a point where it crashes for no reason at all. So try to underload it as much as possible. If it recommends 18, I would advise maybe keeping the leagues at around 25 if you want to put them to be too many. And yeah, just don't overload it. Make this one at least a little bit, if not okay, smiling, of which we are going to do now. Because we are just doing an introduction video, I'm going to do only one country, and that is definitely England. And as you can see, Germany is overloaded with 57 leagues and 915 clubs. That is because the developers of this game are from Germany. So let us deselect all the countries and then remain with England for the sake of just the video, just the introductory part of the video. As you can see, when I selected England, there's a little bit of smile. If I deselect all countries, it has a really huge smile, meaning my computer can really learn that. But we need a country to start off, right? So we are going to select England. We're going to start off, we are going to do just an introductory feature with a club in England. So this one takes quite a while to load because of just packing up everything. So let's load and then we continue. Okay, so once the loading is complete, you will come to this page where you'll select the number of players that you are playing. If you guys are playing maybe let's say 2-3 people on the same platform, you can select the number of players right over here. But since I'm all alone, we are going just to select that one, that's desired number of players, only one. Then we come and create our profile. I already have a profile, in fact two. Let's say I want to remove one and we remain with this one. First of all, you just create your own profile. Let's create a whole new profile. Yes, so you first select your names. Who are you? I am George Kelly. Your address, I'm a Mr. Place of birth, you can also select your actual place of birth. I am from Kisumu, Kenya. Birthday, my birthday is on 4th October 2005. But here I like to be a little bit more realistic. You can be as realistic. You can select 1940, meaning you will be an 84-year-old coach. That seems a little bit plausible. Let's select 1983. I think that's a 42-year-old coach. Yeah. And then starting manager level, this one is level 1 skills. Yeah. This one is defaulted to level 1. You can also decide to whether to play with or without personal life for your family feature. So let's select family feature and we'll see what it is all about. Then your background, select your nationality. Select your nationality there, Kenya. Then you select the languages you want to speak. One of the languages that is going to be defaulted is your national language, so there is no need for me to select Swahili as my national language. So I can just, as one of my languages, so I can just select English, and let's say French, and maybe Dutch. Yeah, let's say English, French and Dutch, meaning I can work in England easily. If I were to get a job over from France, I wouldn't have any any communication problems. And if I were to get a job from Netherlands, I wouldn't also have to learn Dutch. But there's a way you can learn new languages if you were to get a job from one of the other countries. So you can do that, and that's our profile complete. Let us continue. Then, since I selected to play with the family feature, I'll have to select and create my family members. So let's say current standings in my family is unknown. So I'm married, I'm selecting a partner. Her name is Tahia Kelly, and she is born in 1983, 18th October. Her birthday is like what? 14 days after she was born, 14 days after I was born. So that's not bad. I can also give her a pet. Let's say I give her a cat. The name is Crystal. And then you can change all of this. You can actually just edit the names. If you have, let's say, maybe your wife in real life, you can give her her real name, your real name. You can edit her place of birth. You can also give her her character. If you have a stubborn wife, a friendly wife, a dominant wife, a versatile wife, you can just select the character here. Make it as realistic as possible. Then you can have your kids. Let's say my firstborn son will be a boy who was born in 2017. Seems like too what? too young for my firstborn. Let's say my firstborn was born in 2007. Yeah, older, a little bit older. Just you can just edit the name, like this one is known as Diwani Kelly. Give him a pet, maybe a dog known as Maja, and also select his character. Then the parents are you. And you can also select whether you are the only father of that kid, and your mom is like, your wife is like the stepmom, or you are the stepdad of the kid, and your wife is, yeah, the real mother. That one can also be done. And also selecting a daughter. Now maybe that one is okay. Ajia Kelly, born in 2017. You can just fill this whole family tree. You can have as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids. And then also we have this feature of simulating personal life. Here you are only simulating your personal life with maybe, let's say, one club in selection without the football in it, just the personal life, you dealing with the personal life alone. So that's just basically it for the family status. And let's get into the game. We will also meet with it inside the game specifically, so nothing much to cover about it, but that's what the family status holds. Selecting your difficulty, there are four types: easy, normal, difficult, and then your custom. So we'll just go with the normal one for now, and we can just customize maybe when we'll beginning a career mode, or yeah, something like that one. So let's just go with the normal one. Then here is where everything unfolds. We have 5 features, one being the World Cup. You can freely select a national team and play a World Cup. And also you can select the participants and group comparisons. Let's say maybe if you wanted to play the World Cup, you could select countries like Tanzania. You could say maybe I myself could place our national country Kenya into the World Cup and then manage the squad if I wanted to, so I can play the World Cup. European Championships, this is the Euros, something similar to World Cup. Once the competition is over, the game is over. Club creation, this is a really cool feature. You create your own club, edit the kit, give it the name, give it the badge, and also a new stadium. You build your new stadium, then you start in the lowest division. Like, let's say I selected only the England database. If I were to create a club in England, I will start in the lowest division of English football, that is here, which is it has 7, which I think is the National League South. Yeah, I will start in the National League South or the National League North, then try to climb my way up into the Premier League. If you guys would love to see such a series, please make sure to tell me in the comment section, and we will create our own club per interest, and we will just get on with it and try to create the best of it. And the advantage of the club creation is that no one can fire you. You are the manager, you are the owner. So whether your team is slapping or it is performing, you have the right to make the calls. Next we have career, the main feature. It's a really cool feature. Here you start your career mode. You must first answer a few questions like a managerial exam about football, and then the game selects for you 3 offers from clubs that fit your perspective. They will answer you football questions, and according to your score they will give you a club for you to manage. So that's what we'll be looking to do initially. And if you guys feel like we should do anything apart from it in the initial phase, just let me know in the comment section and we will do it, because this one is a joint collaboration, us and you playing Football Manager together. We are football, actually, leave alone Football Manager. Then the final feature is club selection. You can freely just select your own club from the desired country and manager, and if you were to be fired, you will get offers from clubs depending on your previous performances. So it's just like career, but now here you choose your own starting club. But in career mode, the game chooses for you clubs that you can select from, and they will definitely be lower clubs. You can't just start your career and you are given a club like Arsenal to manage, right? Okay, so for this part of the video, for us to just look at the in-depth analysis of the game, we are going to select our own club from the English tier of football, and we are just going to select one of the many clubs here. Let's say we want to go with the most informed club in the league as of now, which is Chelsea. Just look at the you take Chelsea and have a look at what features it holds and everything that it holds. A club with the biggest number of players, but here it says it only has 29 players. While teams like Arsenal have only 23, City have 24, Liverpool have 23, Aston Villa have 25. Oh, Chelsea still have the largest number of player base in the league, alongside Brighton, who are known for holding a lot of young players. Everton, all the clubs that are in the league this current season are all here. So let's say we were to take Chelsea and just have a look at what it holds. We have the information about them. They are currently 6th. Their team level is here, and the most important transfer is Joao Felix. Most valuable player is Cole Palmer, that is called Palmer himself. And then let's say the start of a great career, you can decide to play with the dismissals or without. So you can be fired or not, according to how you want to play it. Manage Chelsea all the way up to the end until they win what you want them to win, or you can get dismissed if you fail to achieve the board achievements. So let's take Chelsea. The first thing you will do see here, you can counter your contract offer. So Chelsea would like to sign you. They are giving me a season objective bonus of 22,000 if I were to hit the season objective. Title, if I were to get the title, I will be given £36,000, £40,000 signing fee, and my salary is £170,000. I have my information about the club. I can also counter my own contract offers, and you can also accept or reject. So since I can only select one of these, so yeah, let us continue. The kits are cool, everything about it is okay. So the contract is okay. Then here you can select whether you want to begin with a national team or without a national team. So definitely we are going to select without and begin our career. First, we have a really good and wonderful picture of the London Bridge right here, and they're wishing me good luck in my new job, and because we are going to need it, just everything at the same. Really cool introductory face right there, and then we can begin our career in this Chelsea save that we have. Okay, so with this we see that we are participating in the league, we are participating in the FA Cup, and we are also participating in the Conference League right over here, though the Conference League trophy is not back as Papa already put inside there with the mods. Maybe we will be expecting one of those sometime to come. We have been given faction points to start with. Definitely you'll be given some, and these action points, as you can see on top here, are really necessary for a few things, so you will need to know when and how to spend them. So Chelsea are saying that they want to reach 6th. We may increase that to 5th with that one action point, and then the budget 168 million, and then the popularity with the board is 83, an improvement from last year because of our starting. So this is the season planning platform. I can also increase the budget for them to give me more money for me to be able to achieve this 5th position that I want to reach. And those are 2 of my negotiation points gone, and the popularity with the board is still okay. So let's say we were to take that and start the season. Designing the kits, this one is not necessary because the kits in the game are already as per the modded one. So the kits, you will have them, just the ones that you are to have in the modded version, so we'll just skip that. Assistants, in this page you distribute tasks as the manager. One thing you need to note, please don't take all tasks by yourself, and do not distribute all tasks to your delegates. Just know what you want to do and distribute the most important ones. Take the most important ones. Like here I'm going to take the handling complete lineup. I will be selecting the benches. The assistant manager will assign tasks. I will manage tactics. Assistant manager will analyze opponents. I will handle the substitutes, let's say that, and he will deal with the training and training groups. Reserve manager, let's say we leave for him everything about the reserve team and just have nothing to do with the reserve team. Team coordinator, he will organize training camps, organize those, but I will be doing the season opener. I will organize the season opener. Head of finance, I will sell the stadium naming rights. Let's say I want to do the major contracts, and then just give him the rest, and also just give him the rest to organize sponsor days, set extra charges. Just head of finance. We will also see if they are overloaded. If they are overloaded, we may take off some of the load and do them ourselves. Fund coordinator, just leave them for him. And then the pitch manager, there is also a way you can change that in game, of which we are going to see. And then now these are my rules. I can set a rules that apply to you, and it will increase or decrease your popularity with the players and the board. So let's say we were to leave the board where it is because the popularity is already okay. My rules are that for the players, let's say age doesn't matter, that's okay. Current form, let's say you can go with anyone who can show me training that he wants to play. We'll see whether the popularity increases or decreases. And also rotation, everyone gets a chance with me. We rotate a lot, or I'm betting on a regular team. You can decide to select one or two of those. So yeah, that one will have an impact on your popularity with the players and the fans. Then on the first page, you can select the shirt numbers of the players, just giving them. But alongside that, let's just look at the players. We have a lot of youngsters, players they don't even know about. Like, to be sincere, I've never heard of this Marcus Bettinelli guy, but fortunately he's a goalkeeper. I know about Lucas Bergstrom, he's just a very minor one. Kukurea, Chilwell, James, their real faces are here, just everything, even their moods currently, their stamina levels, their energy, their actual player level, their form is also here, their age, their analyst, their player type, yeah, all of that, their market value, contract duration, their basic salary, 131,000 per week. Wow, Malo Gusto earns a lot in this club. Wesley Fofana. Does Reece James earn as much? Because he was like he's like the captain, the best player in the club. So you can have look at the players individually. Reece James earns 154. Fofana, all of those players. Renato Vega, Enzo, Caicedo, Dewsbury Hall, Chukwemeka, Kasadei, Nkunku, 269,000 per week. Cole Palmer is the top one with 219,000 per week. Sancho 202, Joe Felix is here, Mikhailo Mudrik, Noni Madueke, wow, Pedro Neto, Nicholas Jackson, McGay. Okay, so that's just the initial phase. Selecting the player numbers, we've already looked at all the players, and we have seen that Chelsea have a really competent squad, and they are really performing this season because of that. They have a lot of squad selection and a variety of players to choose from in their squad. So yeah, that's basically much of the information there. Now, when you're beginning the week, you have to schedule some things for the rest of the week. Like, as you can see here, start of the week, no matches have been scheduled for this week. So first of all, you have to set your personal focus and the training focus, and you also have to select a player who you want to focus on and want to improve in the week. So your personal focuses, you have finance support, you have no special emphasis. Next match, you can focus on player advancement, improve the squad, organization, stuff. Let's say the first one were just to deal with the finance and sponsors and get it done with for the rest of the season. Training your basic fitness, offensive play, defensive play, passing, wing play, one man up, down. Big pitch matches, counter attacks, pressing, aggressiveness, standards. No training, special attacks, individual skills. There's a lot. Finishing, regeneration, and let's say basic fitness just for the players to gain their stamina back. Then you can select your player. Let's leave Jadon Sancho. The first match of the season is between Chelsea and City. You have information about when the game is to be played. It's in 47 days. And one thing, as you can see already, is that with the installation of the database, you have the full season lineup, just the opponents the way they are. As you can see there, I selected what to see. Here I can also put the Premier League table. So the matches the way they are, like currently Chelsea, I think they are, after playing Tottenham next, they host Brentford at home. This is where they currently are, and yeah, it just has the whole lineup, the whole schedule. Yeah, the current schedule the way it is. That's what I was looking. That's the word I was looking for. Schedule. And good news, wing menus. So in every start of the week you will be doing this. So you have to select a focus for the week and the training focus for the week before we get into the week itself. And now this is where everything unfolds, and this is where we have everything to handle about the club. So this is the home screen. We're going to quickly go through a lot of the important things. There's a lot. You guys know how much manager games have a lot to look at. So most of them we will be looking at when we will be playing our career, when we will be starting our career. But for now, we are just going to look at the overview and most of the things that we can have a look at. So not basically everything. That one will take a lot of time because because if you were to open one tab, there are more tabs inside that tab, more tabs inside that one. So let's start. On the home screen, first of all, you just have the general information. Your board popularity, player popularity increased to 71, supporters popularity, your period of contract, the team spirit is here, training conditions. You can select your play style, of which we will be doing in the tactics segment, as you can see here. Next level progress, we have the players. Levi Colwill, you can boost him to increase and enter the next level, and boosting uses an action point, so you have to be precise about what you want to do. You can also select simulation. Let's say I want to simulate to the end of the season. I could set the date here and then click go and select whether to automatically extend contracts and to show the table screens after the matches too. I cannot select to that one for it to happen. Then we have the infrastructure. You can have the stadium view. You can also have the view of the club grounds, which we may look at, and then you can also suggested improvements. We have high technology training centers. You can visit the museum. You can also look at your personal trophies. So yeah, let's say we were to do something like what? We are going to look at those ones first. Let's just look at everything here initially. Then you have the pros, cons, and warnings of your team. These are the pros, like Joao Felix makes great impression in training. Your team is fresh, team is very young. Those are just the pros. Then the weaknesses, of which you can, if it is clickable, you can click to improve. As you can see, this sign below here means it is clickable, and the ones that are not clickable, you can deal with them later. So worst tactics call skill is crosses. We can click that one and go to the tactics section to deal with it and just improve all of it. And you always want to try to have as little weaknesses as possible and as more pros more than weaknesses. So you have to make a balance of that and deal with such problems as a manager. Then the warnings means that these ones are the ones that you have to take note of. You can see them blinking red, like the left wing of the first team lineup is weak at the moment. We have to look at that. Right wing is weak. You have to at least one unused players in the youth boarding school, meaning we need to assign more youth players to the boarding school. You have not organized the season opener. That one needs to be done. Holding sponsors day, no stadium sponsor, many adverts are still unsold. Those ones all have to be done. So this is just like an information screen that tells you what you need to do initially. Next up, we have the first team tab. This is where that just you have all the information about your first team, all the players in the first team, all their contracts, and the first thing you see here is that you can see the current squad. If I were to click the next transfer period, it will tell me the players that I will still be having by the next transfer period. Next season, it will tell me the players I will still be having by next season, and so the season after that one. This is really important for you to handle or deal with really important for you to handle or deal with the lineups, or should we say the contracts are actually, there's a lot: short numbers, the team progress, giving promises, squad planning, evaluation, the tables. We'll be looking at a lot of these when we will start our own career. For now, let us just handle it the way it is. You have the reserve team tab on the other side. Also has just the same information about this the players. You can look at their contracts. You can also education you can select a number of points to give them focuses on the tactical, fitness, and fighting technical skills. You can just select what to do, and you can also select a player, a position to focus on during training in the reserve team. Also, you can select an individual player who can be focused on in the reserve team. There's something that was here in the first team that I didn't look at. Let's just have a look at that one quickly. And that we have the loaned players. You can look at the players that you have loaned out, like Kepa is at Bournemouth, Barnsley we have Gabriel Slonina, all those players. Raheem Sterling is at Chelsea, Ambroya is at Everton, all those players. Yeah. Then we have the player relationships. You can select a player to see his relationship with all the other players in the squad, whether it's bad or good. So like Enzo and Caicedo are not in good terms because they're competing for the same position. Joao Felix, it's also not that great because they have the same training objective. Kanich Kwemeka is competing for the same position with Casadei and does not speak a common language with Renato Viga. So that's it. Then he has great relationships with the likes of Madueke, Nkunku, Felix, and Sancho because both of them are artists. Then we have the team hierarchy. Like the team boss, as you can see, is already called Palmer, like the main player of the club. He holds the club above his head. And then the leading players, we have Rhys James, Fernandes, Nkunku, Kukurea, Caicedo, all the way down to the Mavericks, the likes of Casadei, Renato Vega, Modric, Badiashile, Jorgensen, Chukwemeka, and Bettinelli. All those players. Then we have the cabin seismography. You have the anti-manager camp and the pro-manager camp. So the players who want you and the players that don't. So this one is obviously under which players you give more game time and which ones you don't. So you have to be really, you don't want too many players in the anti-manager camp, right? The players won't be responsive to your what? Let's say your tactics or your instructions. They will just take you as, dude, that guy is making noise for us. So after that, we have the youth tab, the under 19 players, of which these are much of them. As you can see, some of them are already in the boarding schools. We have the under 17 players, their coach is Kieran Victor. The under 18 players, their coach is Hassan Sulaiman. The local, here under local, you can see the seats that are occupied in the youth boarding school, only 6 out of 12. So let's give 6 more players spaces in the youth boarding school. Yes, so the youth boarding school is complete, and when you go back home, I think that problem under youth boarding tab is already solved. Then local, you can furnish your boarding school or add another boarding school under extend club grounds. So you can also hold a screening day once each half a year. You can organize international youth camps and also recruit more youth players. You can also poach players. Actually, let's say I were to look for a youth player like Manchester United's best under 19 player, Preston Martin. I can select him, make an appointment, and try my best to poach him. Like, it's literally just one of the same things that Manchester United did to the Arsenal youth player. Was it Obi? Yeah, that's Obi someone. I don't remember his name, but they stole him. And then under club selection players that you can poach from other clubs, this one now depends on the database that you selected. As you can see, now I selected only England, but Kenya, as my nationality is here, now I can go to Kenya and select one of the best players under the Kenyan players. So maybe someone like this one, maybe someone like Avire, maybe someone like Orlando from KCBSC. So now if you have an array of database, you can poach more players from those countries. Then next up, we have the medical department. Here you can see the players that are absent due to injuries and the players that have been absent in the whole season due to injuries. The types of absences, maybe let's say your player had an adductor is like a torn muscle, but you can come and see that he will be absent for 42 days, and it will also records the number of players that have been absent for such injuries over the period, of which the highest number of days obviously being the ACL injuries, the Achilles tendon rupture, which takes 210 days, almost a year with your player out. That one is one to look at. Right here we have the scouts. Obviously just selecting your scout, sending them out to look at different players. Just the scouting department, how it all works in all football games. We will be using that a couple of times in our career mode if we were to start a career at a lesser club, let's say a club that doesn't have just the perfect number of players for it to operate. So at a lesser club, we may be having that under scouting. So yeah, so under scouting you can have look at that, players on the watch list, scout jobs. You can give them jobs. You can just give them basic missions. This one means you are assigning them jobs when they have nothing else to do. You can look at your transfers, the players that you have loaned out and the players you have transferred in and out. You can also look at the future fees that you have selected. Like let's say if Chalobah were to go to Crystal Palace, he would go for a possible amount of £653,000. So yeah, that is it for scouting. Next up, you have organization. This is club organization. This one just depends on organizing travel and sports, organizing accommodation for away matches, they're traveling. You can also organize events for the clubs, strengthening the team spirit, organize an event for increasing satisfaction and activating grit, and it all costs money. You can organize the season opener right here, and also organize the sponsors day, or you can delegate them to the heads of the specific department. Next up, we have the HR department, the human resource, where actually it's just information about your staff. The human resource part of it, you can come and cost cutting measures also are here. You can freeze hiring, you can freezing salary increase, you can deny them free coffee, you can turn down the heating, you can tell the parents to wash their youth team's shirts to reduce on the expenses of soap and electricity using the washing machines. You can tell the teams to take cold showers to reduce the heating. You can also cancel small buses for the junior teams, which will save you £15,000. You can also start charging for free fizzy drinks. So various way of cost saving. That one is necessary mostly during when you have expenditures and are losing a lot of money. You can cost save. Under infrastructures, just the stadium part of everything, building the stadiums, extending the stadiums, giving the stadiums name, repairing the turf if it is destroyed, also replacing the whole turf in general if it is completely destroyed. Currently still perfect. You can organize stadium tours. Wow, this is as realistic as it gets. It's interesting. Detailing the details about you can change details about the everything. You can give the stadium a video cube, which will cost 1.8 million. We don't want to do that. You can have them the scoreboard. You can look at the cosmetics. You can change the types of roofs, like Chelsea has a complex roof struts. You can place text on stands and also place team logos on the stands. You can change the seating pattern. You can give the stadium, let's say, a certain pattern, and also change the color. Let's say you can want to give that one and change the color to maybe blue, because Chelsea is blue. When you go back to the stadium, you will see it is changed. You can change the type of lawn, the type of pitch pattern, like you can make it checkered, you can make it any of these. When you go to the stadium, you will see that it is changed. Yeah, you can also change the seat color. You can extend the stadium. A lot can be done under this page. Just customizing your whole stadium. You can install rolling boards. You can place the cam carpets. Club grounds, you can extend the club grounds. You can visit the museum, just because entrance is free for you when visiting the museum. Like, yeah, let's see what is under the museum tab. Let's visit the museum and see what the Chelsea museum has. It's just like a place you can walk in, just the same way you can look around the club grounds and build it. You can also build everything, like, just look at this. Welcome to the Club Museum Chelsea. A little bit of lagging here and there. It's not so smooth. I mean, these cutscenes are just not that. Yeah, then you can move forward. Just have your look around. Wow, it's not responding. Now it is completely moving by itself. Okay, so I think under this club museum part, I'm going to have to bail out a little bit. My PC is not responding to all of that. So yeah, you can just visit the museum. Once we get a clean cut way of visiting the museum without all of this, we may look at that later on. Traveling to stadium, look at infrastructure. You can improve the public transport. Car transport and plane transport is already up to its maximum. We have climate neutrality. You can increase the climate neutrality of your stadiums and everything. So we can offer vegan food just to increase the climate protection, to get climate protection system. Let's say switch to energy saving lamps. For that one, use reusable cups. It will take us up to 30%. So yeah, a very climatic friendly club, and you may get points for that one, as realistic as it gets, because I remember Arsenal have already reached a milestone of 40% with this climate neutrality stuff. So it's introduced in this game, and it is wonderful. And you can also assign your players into the Hall of Fame department. Next up, you have the finances, just handling the finances, taking loans, investments, your ticket sales, your loans and investments. You can also go public. You can buy shares of your club once the club goes public, and also you can look at the passive income. Like here we have restaurants giving us passive income. Next up, we have the sponsor contracts, like Infinite Athlete being one of the major sponsors, Nike suppliers, stadium sponsors, sleeve sponsors, Salon de Cabras. You can change, you can add, you can also send valuable promotional gifts, so that to increase your popularity with the sponsors. You have the stand sponsors, you can select others, you can sell naming rights for that stand, and you can also search for sponsors for the ad boards and the TV stands, and you really need to do that for you to continue reeling in money. We have marketing, sales marketing. That one is for the head of department. Sales of shirts, cups, miscellaneous items, pennants, caps and hats. Production, marketing, production, just everything. You can organize a charity event. You can also develop a new club application. So just everything under that one. Then we have the board. Most definitely, the board, you can arrange a talk with the board about your career or contract. You can hold a talk about budget changes. You can also view your contract with the board around here. Next, you have the general supporters tab. This one is just for the supporters, everything about the supporters. The club memberships, you can set prices for club memberships. You can set prices for season tickets. That one is in the tickets. Lifetime membership is 1.9k. You can also select what the membership discounts or what the club members get. This one, I mean, what the advantages of having a club membership. Yeah, you can give them here, so that one can attract more club members or make you lose club members. Like currently Chelsea has 30,000 memberships. The public funds, the organized funds, we have 34,000. You can organize a fan club meeting, send fan clubs present. You can also meet the fan club, and you can also send a player to meet the fan club, and you can also give the mascots the name. So I don't know the name of the Chelsea mascot, so that one will leave it at that. Before we come to these three final tabs, the most important ones, let us look at the others, like assistants. You remember us choosing assistants when we started the introduction. You can come and deal with them here again if you need to. If you feel that the organizing the season opener is becoming a problem, delegate it. Why not? You can also activate everything, you can deactivate everything, and just remain there doing nothing. Let your managers do everything. You just simulate through and maybe chip in when you feel it's needed. So that's the part of that. Then here you have statistics about everything, all clubs in all countries. You can select all countries just to view their statistics, view everything about them, the matches, the scorers, transfers, general statistics. You have here the search, quick search. You can quick search, and then these ones are just general achievements inside the game. Here you have your settings, your options. You can come and change a lot of settings here. Your graphics and sound, you can save the game, you can load the game, the feedback. You can also quit the game right here. So the game is currently in dark mode, you can place it in light mode. So yeah, that's just what you have under settings. You can also look at the effects and everything. So much more inside this game. There is actually a lot. With the ones that we have looked at, I can just say that it's just about 50%. There's still a lot inside the game. So the final three things that you have to look at, they have been segmented because they are basically the three things you as a manager will be dealing with. First of all, we have the lineups. So this is the Chelsea lineup. You can change it. Let's say we can't do what the Chelsea lineup are currently playing with. Let's do a 4-2-3-1, of which Nicolas Jackson is the striking position, and Jadon Sancho takes that position. Pedro Neto, that is a position taken by Cole Palmer. This is a position taken by Noni Madueke. This is a position taken by Enzo Fernandez. This is a position taken by Levi Colwill. Or is it? Who plays here? Malugusto. This is a position taken by Malugusto, Disasi, Fofana, Kukurea, Robert Sanchez, and then Jadon Sancho on the other side, of which most of the time you may see uses Mikhailo Mudryk, maybe Joao Felix, maybe Chelsea have a really good squad, by the way. I have to give them that. They have a really good squad. So that you can change the lineups of the squad. You can also delegate to the assistant manager to complete the lineup. You can give the assistant to select the benches. You can also compare your lineup with the potential lineup of your opponent that you are going to face. Like look at the Manchester City lineup, the likes of Rodri, De Bruyne, Grealish, Haaland, Foden in it. So yeah, you have to have a look at that. And also you can save this lineup or manage their different lineup the same way. You can save different lineups for different situations, of which in a career mode it will be important for you to do that, so that maybe let's say for the big games you have a specific lineup of which you can change just one player. For the small games you have a certain lineup. Let's say you create teams like groups, the first team, second team, third team, give them different matches, maybe change a few players inside them, not just coming after each and every match. Now you want to start changing the players all over again. You want to give Jorgensen a chance, you want to give Dewsbury Hall a chance, just to do it over again. So it's important for you to try do that. That is the lineup. Then we have the tactics. You can also change the tactics and save them for different matches alike. You can create tactics for the big matches like this one. Referee is Paul Tierney. Oh, there's referee. There's even the information about the referee. Can you click on it and see information about the referee? Yes, here it is. Paul Tierney. His toughness 5-star. He is a highest division league Premier League. He's an international referee. He's the refereeing this game. So the home advantage is a little bit less, as you can see. So you can just select the playing style, select the different tactics, save the tactics, and then assign them to different matches. That is the tactical phase of everything. Then you have the final one, your personal life. Under your personal life, you will be dealing with reputations as a good negotiator. You can look at your career, how do you call it, the popularity with the board, players, staff, supporters, public, and also with the football association. Once you get integrated, you can arrange talks, you can view your contract, you can look at potentially interested teams in the job market, all of that. Next up, we have your career, all information about your clubs, your points, all your caps, all the years you have been at different clubs, your staff, the staff that you are dealing with or you are using. You can also look at your personal life, manage estate. This is your flats in the suburb where you live. You can also create a name for the estate appearing on the sign. A couple of things. You can look at your personal trophies. You can also learn a language. What I was saying, let's say I were to get a job in Saudi. Maybe now it will be time for me to learn Arabic. I click Arabic, set a date, and also learn Saudi. Learn Arabic for my job in Saudi Arabia. You can do your own activities just to away from the footballing world, your own way. You can also choose your lucky charm or your own ritual. They have no influence on your games or results, but it is just to make it a little bit realistic. Like look at this and don't change underwears until next defeat. Man, what is that? I don't need this. Okay, so then you have your family. So this is where you handle everything about your family. Like as you can see, your son is a fan of Atletico Madrid and your daughter is a fan of Manchester City, and you are the manager of Chelsea going to meet Manchester City. So it's a bit fun. So everything about it is fun. Your 16-year-old son and your 7-year-old daughter, your wife, you can set a date with them. Like let's say I were to go enjoy some romance with my wife, it will automatically select it and place it in my weekly calendar. As you can see, it has created 2 hours for me and my family, and then it is this hours planned. You don't want to exceed it, you just want to play around it, maybe 42 or 44, so that you don't overwork yourself within a week. So that's that. And also you can have a desire to have a child, you can commit adultery. I don't like that. Then you can also select whether to always say yes to your family's wishes. You can decide to respond yourself. Maybe they have some wishes that you don't feel are good, so you can respond to those yourself, but you don't want to place it at always select say no. So that's the family tab, and that, I guess, is it for the introduction of this game. So guys, we have looked at everything. We have looked at a lot of things that we needed to look at inside the game. As you can see under the warnings, one that has already disappeared is about the club, the boarding schools, which we dealt with. So once you deal with them, everything will just disappear and there will be no more this red thing flashing on the what's good what's bad page. So guys, that's it for this introduction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If there's anything else you guys would wish for us to look at or have a look at, please tell us in the comment section. Help us try to reach the best of the best with this video and also entertain everything the way it is. So guys, tell me what you want to see me start off in the next episode. Do you want me to start a career or just choose a team that we are going to start our whole career with? So you guys let me know, and we will be dealing as per the response. So if we are to start a career, we'll start the career. I hope to see positive response in this first video, and the manager's office officially launches and opens its doors to the world. So see you guys in the next episode. Bye.